Hey everyone, welcome back to the AK Evans vlog. This is episode 2 and it is 2019. Happy New Year, everyone. I cannot believe it's another year has gone by. I just can't get over it. We're already here and I feel like we were just in 2018, but we're here. It's 2019 and it's it's what back now. I'm sure everybody is either, if you're not yet, you're going to be going back soon, whether to work or to school or wherever it is. I know I'm back. I am ready to go. This is like, I am so excited about this year. I'm so excited about this month. There is so much exciting stuff happening. This is actually the first of 2 vlogs I'm going to be bringing you this month. You're going to get another one in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I'm sending you another one. I'm looking forward to it, but I'll get into a little more about that in a little bit. I want to tell you now what I got to share with you today. Now, some of you may probably already know because you've gotten to this video from my newsletter, and so if you were reading my newsletter, you know before you got to the video what's going on. Now, if you're seeing this on Facebook or you're seeing this directly on YouTube or maybe on Instagram, I don't know where, but wherever you see this, if you haven't seen it, you don't know what this is about. So I decided to recover my debut series. So I have all brand new covers for the Everything series. It is 4 books, 4 brand new covers. And so, well, I guess I should say before I get into showing them to you, I decided to do the redesign on the covers because I was looking at them. I've been looking at them for quite some time, and so the last book in the series came out last March, and I kept looking at them. And I'm like, it's something about I just didn't feel like they all went together. So I wanted to just redo them. And part of that is it's not the fault of the designer or anything. What ended up happening was, well, I guess a lot of you probably know I have had, maybe, and still have, I don't know, like a real life stalker situation. And so that person, she knew my original cover designer, and so there was like a connection there. And then she actually got into private conversations and messages and emails and things like that I had with my original cover designer. And so it was a disaster. And that's for another vlog at another time. We're not going to get into that here because I'm celebrating my covers right now. But anyway, yeah, so that happened, and it was halfway through the series, and I had to just kind of cut ties and move on. And so I ended up getting a new designer. And I just think, working with different people in the middle of a series, it's tough. But so I just decided I wanted to start fresh with them, recover them, have them all look like they belonged in the same series. So yeah, but that's where we're at now. So I want to share them with you. I probably should just tell you a little bit about the series. It is 4 books, like I said, all interconnected standalone. So you can read any one of the books. You can read them out of order if you want. I don't recommend it, just so that you don't spoil anything, because you'll find out things like in book 2 that will spoil book 1. So I would read them in order, but each book is about a different couple. So if you're like, hey, I really am only interested in book 3, well, then you can read just book 3. It's fine. It's a complete story. So anyway, yeah, so that's it. They are contemporary romance, contemporary, I would say sports romance, because all 4 of my heroes, so like I said, 4 books, 4 heroes, are all snowboarders. And that's also probably another vlog, the inspiration behind that and why I chose snowboarders and all of that. But so 4 snowboarders, guys who have been friends since they were little, growing up, they all went riding together. They, were always on the mountain, and, now grown as adults, 3 of them are still competing professionally. The 4th, who is actually the first in the series, is Wes, and he is the owner of Blackman Boards. So that is his company, and they are snowboard production is what they do. So amongst, snowboard accessories and stuff like that. So anyway, so that is the guys, and then the girls are actually four best friends who are originally from California. So this series actually takes place in a fictional town in Wyoming, and the girls are from California. And so when the series starts with book one, it is Charlie, her real name is Charlotte, but they call her Charlie. That's her nickname. So Charlie she leaves California with one of her best friends, Emmy, and they come out to Wyoming, and things start from that. It's where it all started. So, like I said, let me show you the first cover, and then I'll kind of tell you a little bit about each book. Just if you haven't read the series, I know a lot of people have already read the series, but if you haven't read the series, you can kind of get an idea for what to expect from each book, what you'll be going into. But I won't give any spoilers because I'm cool like that. I'm not gonna ruin anything. What's the point? So you got to read them. So here is the first cover. This is Everything I Need, first book in the series. And I love this cover. I love I think it's the red and the blue and the white, and how they just, I don't know. I mean, I have them in print too, and I probably should have brought them to show them to you. And I have them, but I don't have them like physically here, and I'm not gonna get up and go get them. So maybe in 2 weeks I'll share them again. If I remember. If I don't, I'm sorry. You'll see them. Look, that right there is gorgeous enough. But they really are beautiful in print. I will tell you that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in print. But yeah, I just love this one, and I love how it looks actually in print, because it's just the way the colors contrast. Like when you see it physically in front of you, it's absolutely stunning. So, but anyway, so this book is about Charlie and Wes, and like I said, she comes out to Wyoming, and it really sort of starts this whole. Obviously, it starts the whole series because it's the first book, but it starts this whole world of like people that I just absolutely fell in love with. Every single one of these characters I just adore, and obviously all for very different reasons. I love something different about each one of them, but so she comes out, and I would say this story is really a very she's dealt with a little bit of Charlie has dealt with a little bit of heartbreak and tragedy in her life. And Wes is a very good hero for her. He is very supportive and uplifting, I would say, and he really believes in her in a way that she doesn't necessarily maybe believe in herself. So I love that about him, and what he does for her, and she has these things that she does for him that she doesn't even realize what she gives to him. So I love their sort of journey through their relationship, to see kind of how they really complement each other. It's just I would say on the whole the book is a sweet, heartwarming romance. That's probably how I would best describe this. A very sweet, very heartwarming romance. It has elements of things where there's a little bit of push-pull type of stuff, but overall, generally speaking, I would say you kind of leave it feeling, wow, that was a really sweet, heartwarming romance. So yeah, but that's Charlie and Wes. Love this story. What I love probably most about it, like I said, is just the fact that it was the beginning. Well, one, not only of me writing, but of this world. Like I love these characters. I want to go move to this fictional town in Wyoming, and I want to live with them, and I want to hang out with them, and I want to go to all the places they go. I think that's what this particular book, for me, it's like the beginning of this wonderful world that I want to live there. So I want to be their friend. But yeah, so and then we have book two. So book two is Zane and Emmy, and here is their cover. And that's them. That's Zane and Emmy. So, and now I would say their book is, in comparison to Charlie West, everything I have is definitely a darker read in comparison. You know, it's a little bit tough in the beginning, so if you can get through the prologue, which is a little rough, it's really, more than anything, I think you can, what readers will find with it, and this is, I would say, two things. One, fun fact, longest book I've written, which may just mean that I don't know how to keep it short and sweet, which is probably what that means more than anything else. But the other thing is that this book is probably one of the books of the series that a good majority of my readers, this is their favorite, I would say. It's close. I mean, I have a lot of people who like the third and the fourth book for other reasons, but a lot of people really, really love this. And I don't know if it's, you know, I can only guess why. I know a lot of them really love Zane. And so if you've not read this series, but you read my Cunningham Security series, Zane is Zane Cunningham. So he is one of three brothers. And you may have, if you've read that series, you know Levi from Obsessed and Cruz from Overcome. And they're actually both in this book. So if you love them, if you've read that and those two books and you love them, you'll see their first appearances were in this book. And there's actually a really funny part in here that has to do with the Cunningham Security team. So it's worth, if you love that, you'll probably love this one too. So, but I think it's Zane that does it for a lot of the readers. Not that, I mean, Emmy has this. So Emmy's story is she's just come out of not just come out. It's been a little while, not quite a year, that she's been out of a very abusive. You know, it was a long-term abusive relationship that she was in, and she's you know, it's still relatively fresh for her, and so she really struggles to kind of open up. And Zane is just very good he's very patient with her, but he's persistent. So he tries to be patient, but he's also very, very persistent, and he really just wants her to be a part of his life. So when she's like, "Hey, I don't think I can," you know, he's willing to accept that. So until he finds out things, and so I won't tell you anything else. I don't want to ruin it. So, but I think it's good to see sort of the change in her through the book. You know, where she is in the beginning, which is very beat down, very broken, and where she is at the end. And I won't tell you where she is at the end, but it's the change in her, to see that is, I think, a big part of what people love. But more than that, I mean, we love the heroes. How can we not? And Zane is very, very, a very good hero. You know, there's this, probably my favorite part of this book is, there's a lot of them. He's got these moments, but there's this one scene at the very end, or close to the end, where, more than probably any other point in the book, where she really needs him and he is there for her in a way that is just so, he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing to her. He was so kind and patient and compassionate and understanding and attentive, and oh gosh, like, he was so good. So good. So I think that's a big part of it that a lot of the readers really, really liked, seeing him with her, and the way he was with her. Kind of like in this cover, how he's sort of lifting her up physically. I think metaphorically through this book, he is that the whole time. And it's precisely what she needs. And he's very much that for her. So that's everything I have. And if you want a long read, that's going to be a good one. So, and then there's Everything I Want. So that's book 3. Book 3 is Everything I Want. And here is the lovely cover. And yes, it is pink. And it is perfect for this particularly this heroine, she is, gosh, she reminds me of like fairy tale princess. She is just, yeah, fairy tale seeking. I want my happily ever after. Um, you know, and she has her sights set on her guy, and she's like, this is the one I want. I want him. And he's not there. He's like, not even, I mean, he can't deny the attraction, but he is not a long term relationship kind of guy. So she has her work cut out for her. And this is Monroe and Stone. And Monroe is, like I said, she's just, she knows what she wants and she's going to go after it, but there's only so much she can do. And he has a lot of, this is tortured hero. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but Stone is like tortured hero. He is, I don't know. I loved this story. I loved writing of the series. This was my favorite book to write. And I don't know if it's because of that, because of, you know, his struggle. Like, I mean, he struggled to, you know he in some way wanted what he wanted with her, but didn't think he should kind of go after it. So it's really, he had a lot of walls built up, and she very quickly found a way to sort of break those walls down. You know, and when he realized it was happening, he was like, whoa, I can't do this. So there was some back and forth there, and you know, I won't tell you how it ends, but you know, you'll have to read to find out. So but it's definitely, I think, was for sure my favorite book to write in this series, without a doubt. And I don't know, I love Stone. I love him. I love all of them. Like I said, I feel like I have to keep saying that because I don't want anyone to feel bad, but I really love him. So that is book 3. That is the cover. And as beautiful as it is, I think my favorite cover in this redesign is book 4. So book 4, here is that cover, and you can probably see why I love this one. It is so pretty. I think it's gorgeous. So this is Nikki and Luke. This is their story, and it is the conclusion to the series. And it's kind of, their story is very much a role reversal when you compare it to Everything I Want. So obviously, like I said, in that one, Monroe was like, you know, I want that guy. And this story is the complete opposite, with Luke being the one who knows what he wants. And well, I shouldn't say that. Nikki knows what she wants. It's just that a relationship, like a real romantic relationship, is not what she wants. And Luke, you know, she's completely content that this starts out for them just a no strings attached physical relationship, and she's completely content to keep it that way. And you know, he's not that he's, I mean, he is, he's fine with that part of it, but he wants more, and she's just like, she's not having it. And she has good reason. She's got good reason, and she's dealt with a lot of disappointment and betrayal. And so, you know, he has to work through that. He has to try to help her see that he is a man of his word, which is probably what I don't want to say it's what I love most about this whole book. There is something that I love just a smidge more, but what I do love about Luke is he is very much a man of his word. He says he's going to do something, and he does it, and he almost goes above and beyond in every situation, which is what she needs. She really, really needs to see that there is, you know, a man out there that will do exactly what he says he's going to do, and then some. So I loved their story just as much, probably as Monroe and Stone's. I mean, I love all of them, like I said, but these last two, I don't know what it was. They did something to me, Monroe and Stone, and Nikki and Luke. But I would say my favorite part of this book is the epilogue. And I actually think I had a reader who said that this epilogue was an epilogue to rival all epilogues. Now, I mean, I didn't say it, you know, another reader said it, but I'll certainly take the compliment. I'm pretty sure it was on this book. And I think it's because um, I didn't, on the very first 3 books in the series, I did not write an epilogue. And I did that on purpose. And that was tough, obviously, because, you know, as a reader, I love reading epilogues. Like, I want to know what happens. But I think with this particular series, I wanted, because these characters, and a little side note, I guess I probably should say this, like, I think these characters are so connected with one another. Like I said, the guys have been friends since they were kids, and the girls have been friends just, you know, just as long. Um, they're so connected. They are so um, they just they're there for one another in ways that I think we in real life want people to be connected to us. So I think that for me it was a I wanted that. I wanted to be able to write characters that had these really strong connections. And you know, so you see it with the guys. They're still, you know, still like really manly men or whatever, but they still have these moments where you can see the connection between them and where they really genuinely care about one another, just as much as they care about the girls. But with the girls, it's different. They're so just wonderful with each other. I mean, they know without a doubt, no matter what happens, these girls will be there for one another, without question. Without question, they call up call up one, and they all come. And you know, what better thing to have in your life than to know I've got these people here that are, you know, I can depend on them no matter what. You know, I think that's something we all crave, and I think that's what I love probably the most about this series, as a whole. But anyway, back to the epilogue. So, um, you know, I didn't write an epilogue for the first 3 books because I knew that, you know, so much, you know, we got through Charlie and Wes's story in the beginning, and I'm like, you know, I could have put one there, but I knew they were going to be a big part of Zane and Emmy's story. And I knew then the 4 of them were going to be a big part of Monroe and Stone's story. Like, so I knew they were all going to kind of be there, and you were still going to be, because I don't like saying goodbye to the characters. So I wanted to kind of keep them along. And just that's how they are. They're constants in each other's lives. So got to the epilogue, got to the end of the series, and when I wrote the epilogue, it was probably more of a series epilogue than it was a, you know, a book epilogue. So you will see in that epilogue, not just Nikki and Luke, but you will also see Wes and Charlie and Zane and Emmy and Monroe and Stone. And it was so much fun to write that. I loved writing. That was probably, like I said, my favorite part of writing this book, was that. So anyway, so that is the full series, and everything I need on sale, 99 cents. So you can start the series for less than $1. You know, and just dive right in. You meet all of them in the first book. You meet all of the characters in the first book, so you can see if, you know, for less than $1, you can see if these characters are your cup of tea. I hope you'll try them out. I hope you'll read them. I love this is, you know, I know it was my debut series, but I loved these characters and I love the series, and I hope, and I have so many readers who really have read it already, and they've devoured it and have enjoyed it, and I hope you will too. So I'll put all the links everywhere so you can do that, whether it's in my newsletter or on Facebook or, you know, wherever it ends up, you can, you know, I'll make the links easy to get to. So that's the Everything series. New covers out today, and everything I need, 99 cents. So check it out. And I guess let me tell you a little bit about what's happening. In 2 weeks, I've got, so January 17th, we have a cover reveal for book 4 in the Cunningham Security series, because that book, which is Solitude, is coming out February 12th. So we're going to do cover reveal on the 17th of January, and then The book is being released on February 12th. So, and that is Lorenzo's book. So if you've been following along and you've read all of these books already, or you were at least reading that series, you know that he is up next. And I'm so excited for his story. And if you want to know more about it, you can, one, go on Goodreads, because I have like the blurb and all of that up there. But go watch, I think my last vlog, I talked a little bit about Lorenzo. He is something else. I love him. I love them all, but I really love him. And there's moments in there that I just, ugh. So I won't get into it because I could be here for a while talking about him. And I've already probably been here a really long while. Again, I can't keep these short. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just talk too much. So anyway, so 2 weeks, I'm going to give you Solitude. And you know what? If you got this video if you're watching this because you got it through my newsletter, then you're good, you're fine. But if you're seeing this like just on YouTube, or you're seeing this on Facebook and you're not on my newsletter, well, one, why aren't you on my newsletter? That's first. It's a great place to be because I do giveaways every month. Like every month there's something, either signed paperbacks, whether they're mine or somebody else's, or other paperbacks, or ebooks. I'm always giving something away every single month. So even if you have no other reason, get on for the giveaways. I mean, why not? So get on my newsletter. And what I'll do is, in 2 weeks, when I do the cover reveal for Solitude, I will put the prologue for Solitude in that newsletter. And it's going to be exclusive. So if you're not on the newsletter, you're not going to get it. You're going to have to wait till February 12th when the book comes out to read it. So, and that's it. And then I'm back to work. I'm revealing covers and putting out more books, but I am back to work. I am writing. I am on book 6. So book 5 is done. That is coming out. I don't have an official date yet exactly, but I think May. I think that's what I discussed in the last vlog. Probably late May. That's Pierce is coming out. Pierce, and that's Cunningham Security. Book 5 is coming out, but I am working on book 6. That is happening this month. My goal, finish it this month. And then I'll put that in the next newsletter too. I'll tell you whose book that is, because I haven't given that information out. So I'll put that in the next newsletter. Sign up for it if you're not already there. And that's it. There's nothing left to say. Go check out the Everything series. It started for 99 cents. And in 2 weeks, I'll have a cover for you for another book. That's it. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Happy New Year.